Welcome to Kauffman Writes. Today, we are going to finish the climax of Last Scarecrow, my novel that I've been working on now for over 188 days of consecutive writing sprints. Today, we are going to finish it. So come join me. We're going to be doing some writing sprints. Whether you have some brainstorming, writing, or editing to get in, let's write now. Welcome to Kauffman Writes. This is the daily creative writing live stream with community, writers, and all things writing. So we're going to be getting right into it. As you can see, I have the first of 3 sprints. I might do more. We'll see how Last Scarecrow comes along. So we're going to be doing that instead of the story time segment today. So that way we can see what happens with Last Scarecrow and the demon. Will Last Scarecrow survive? What is the Last Scarecrow's name? Stay tuned and let's find out. All right, so I'm going to be hopping right into it. I have my story pulled up. As y'all saw from our previous segment, we have Scarecrow, Pebble, and Gore are fighting on the last island. Pebble, the pixie, and Gore are both fighting their own skeletons and shadows as Scarecrow is confronted by none other than this cloaked figure, which must be the first demon. All right, and we're going to be getting right into it. So I got 25 minutes on the clock. I know I'm eager to just start writing. All right, beautiful. And I'm going to cue up the music. Perfect. And I'm all set on my end. All right, so I got 25 minutes on the clock and it's time to write now.
as the dawn breaks free. With the hero song, destiny to see. Stand and rise, face the dark, light the skies, leave your mark. Eyes on the prize, heart beats hard, dreams to realize, played every card. The wind whispers brave, the stars guide the way, no soul left to save. Time to make still strong as the dawn breaks free. With the hero song, destiny to see.
Oh, all right. All right, first writing sprint done. So I have so much writing to do. I am on a roll, which means short breaks today because Scarecrow is I am on a roll. I know exactly what I'm doing. So let's cue this up. We will do a 5-minute break and I'm getting back into it because we're doing multiple writing sprints. I'm doing a minimum of 3, maximum of who knows, because I am determined to get through this fight. I've been thinking about the Scarecrow and the first demon's climax for a very, very long time. And I've been asking myself, how do you make the ultimate battle, right, between the protagonist and the antagonist? How do you make it as engaging? How do you make it as intense and exhilarating when the antagonist has had such little, I would say, story time throughout the book to really develop a relationship with the reader? It has been very, very intentional. The first demon I have wanted to be a very hidden character. I haven't wanted to reveal very much about the first demon other than very minimal, very, very minimal personality traits. For those of you who've been joining, you know that, or for those of you who've been following along with the Last Scarecrow, the first demon was first introduced as in a flashback as a miniature baby demon character about a third of the way through the novel in a flashback. He was again introduced as a voice in the sky in the 50% mark right after Crow's death. Since then, the first demon has had a couple of voiceless narrations from the 50 to 70% mark. Ever since the Last Scarecrow and team entered the first demon's realm, the series of islands, the first demon has been taunting Scarecrow with very, very random sayings and quotes. I want the first demon to feel like a very chaotic character, and I'm very, very intentionally throwing in very, 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 very random quotes, very random things that might make sense or might not. I'm really going to be focusing on making the first demon almost a poetic chaotic character. Hey, what's up, Mary? Glad to have you in the stream, by the way, my friend. I have to figure out when to explain the origin of my crystals. So that's a great question. For your story, I know I wasn't able to get to the 4th chapter yet. So when you think about the origin of a magic system, it depends on what the overall plot is, right? So think about certain systems. Let me think about popular fantasy systems. Usually they tend to be explained earlier on. Really popular one, Avatar: The Last Airbender. The magic system is explained in like the very beginning of the story. What are other? Harry Potter. Magic system is explained very early on in the story. Let's see. When we have complicated systems, I think it changes based on what type of experience you want your readership to have. Do you want your readers to understand how the magic works in the very beginning, or are there parts of the magic system that you want to don't want them to know about as you kind of weave it through either the beginning or the middle half? I know there's some stories where they don't introduce everything right away and they leave the mystery of the magic system till about the midpoint. Let's see, Matrix. The Matrix was a great example of they introduced the Matrix as a hook, but they don't introduce the what the Matrix actually really does till about a third of the way into the movie. So there's different ways to go about it. I think based off what I've read for your story so far, Mary, I think it depends how you want to leverage Jasper and Danessa's character growth as they use magic, right? So I think if they're going to be using more magic in the beginning, then you're going to have to introduce the explanation of the crystals earlier. I think if you're going to be doing the magic later, then you can take your time throughout. Let's see. No. Do you have a target age range / reading level you have in mind with who you are writing for? So this is a great question. The age range and the readership for this now has changed throughout the story. When I came up with the concept of the Last Scarecrow, I pitched it as a post-apocalyptic fairy tale. I would say, my challenge to myself was, can I write a story about a scarecrow character that can become more iconic, more believable, and much more of a clearly defined character than what was done with the Wizard of Oz? We'll see. And I think as the story's evolved, there's a lot of horror elements to it. It's very much a cross between like a fantasy and a horror throughout, because actually a very dark character journey, which I wasn't anticipating, but that is the story that the characters want me to tell. So in terms of the readership, definitely it's going to be a more mature readership. It will definitely be a more mature readership, but I do also want it to be accessible to probably a late teen audience who is very much into either the fantasy or the horror genre. I do want it to be accessible. I want it to feel like it's a fantasy. I want it to feel like there's this whole post-apocalyptic vibe, but also have an undertone of a fairy tale and have, yeah, these horror elements. So I think by this point in the story, I'm getting to a place where I'm defining the genre, but I'm going to have to really elevate and focus on what do I want to stand out in the second draft. But that's a great question. Thanks for asking. Some stories and some writers know exactly what their readership is in the beginning. I think because of how Last Scarecrow has evolved, mine's kind of evolving. And I don't think that's an important decision that has to be made until I'm working through the second draft. And you definitely have to have it by the time you're done with the second draft and sending off to an editor, because you need to know who your target readership is. Yeah, Mary, that could totally work. I think you could absolutely play around with that. Hey, what's up, Steph? Welcome to the stream. We're just about to hop into the second writing sprint. I'm working on the climax for Last Scarecrow. Super epic. Totally stay tuned. Like, I'm in the zone today, so we're going to hop right back into it. Mary, good question. It could be. You could do an explanation, like a fantasy explanation in the prologue. It depends how epic of a story, how like grand scale do you want it to be. If you want the audience or the readership to go into your story with information about your overall world included in the prologue. If you want them to have more questions and mystery, and you want it to be more about the character journey, then don't include it in the prologue and make it more about the characters. Hey, what's up, Vaughn? I'm working on the climax of The Last Scarecrow. Super epic. All right, 25 more minutes on the clock. No, I have too much to write. It's going to be 30 minutes on the clock. And we are all set. Scarecrow has charged up the hill as Pebble and Gore are fighting for their lives, and Scarecrow is being taunted to chase after the first demon. All right, so let's do it. 30 minutes. I am all set. Oh, by the way, if you are enjoying the stream, don't forget to follow and subscribe. 189 days of consecutive writing live streams. We got Kauffman Writes, which is the daily writing stream, the story and critique show, where you can get your story reviewed and critiqued by myself and the writing community. We have the Storytime segment where I read from best-selling novels, and the Create Right Now podcast where I interview and chat with published authors. So stay tuned. If you're subscribed, you'll be alerted when I go live. Beautiful. So I got writing sprint 2 of 3 set. This time we're going to do a 30-minute sprint. Feel free to join along and let's get writing. Okay. What music do I want? Oh, man. Probably mixed it up. All right. This one has a little bit more lyrics. I'm going to try. We'll see how this one feels. All right. I need to fix this because I'm like, I don't know if I want so many lyrics in the future. But this is what we got. 30 minutes on the clock, and it's time to write now. Heroes gather, rise and stand in
the quiet of the land. Strength in numbers, hearts align. Facing darkness one more time. Villain's laughter fills the air. Shadows creeping everywhere. But we're ready, we won't break. Every heartbeat's at stake. Fight together, side by side. Through the storm and through the tide. Heroes rise, villains fall. Hear the battle, heroes call. Blazing trails with sparks of light. In the day and in the night. Courage flowing through our veins. Breaking free from heavy chains. Hands united, power grows. In the day and in the night. Courage flowing through our veins. Breaking free from heavy chains. Hands united, power grows. In the unity it shows. Fear will crumble, walls will bend. This is where the road will end. Fight together, side by side. Through the storm and through the tide. Heroes rise, villains fall. Hear the battle, heroes call. our veins, breaking free from heavy chains. Hands united, power grows. In the unity it shows. Fear will crumble, walls will bend. This is where the road will end. Fight together, side by side, through the storm and through the tide. Heroes rise, villains fall. Hear the battle, heroes call. Trails with sparks of light, through the storm and through the tide. Heroes rise, villains fall. Hear the battle, heroes call. Heroes gather, rise and stand in the quiet of the land. Strength in numbers, hearts align, facing darkness one more time. Villains' laughter fills the air, shadows creeping everywhere. But we're ready, we won't break. Every heartbeat's at stake. Fight together, side by side, through the storm and through the tide. Heroes rise, villains fall. Hear the battle, heroes call. Blazing trails with sparks of light, in the day and in the night. Courage flowing through our veins, breaking free from heavy chains. Hands united, power grows, in the day and in the night. Courage flowing through our veins, breaking free from heavy chains. Hands united, power grows, in the unity it shows. Fear will crumble, the quiet of the land. Strength in numbers, hearts alive, facing darkness one more time. Villains, laughter fills the air, shadows creeping everywhere. But we're ready, we won't break, every heart beats at stake. Fight together side by side, through the storm and through the tide. Heroes rise, villains fall, hear the battle, heroes call. Blazing trails with sparks of light, in the day and in the night. Courage flowing through our veins, breaking free from heavy chains. Hands united, power grows, in the unity it shows. Fear will crumble, walls will bend, this is where the road will end. Fight together side by side, through the storm and through the tide. Heroes rise, villains fall, hear the battle, heroes call. Blazing trails with sparks of light, through the storm and through the tide. Heroes rise, villains fall, hear the battle, heroes call.
right. Oof, man. Oh man. Wow. Whoa. That was intense. That was an intense moment. Man, wow. Woof. It's been a second since I've been trying to build up to that. All right, 5 minutes, and then I'm getting back into it. Wow. Oh my goodness. I loved how that scene came out. I feel so emotional though. Oh, poor Pebble and Gore. Oh, oh. I might be in just as much shock as Scarecrow in this very moment. Scarecrow watched as Scarecrow exited the island. He got out of the island barely as the first demon barrel rolled kind of like a boulder coming down the steps, and barrel rolled down the steps and did this thing where he basically pounded against the island, the aura covered island, and then bounced back to the top of the steps. The shockwave essentially dislodged the island from where they're at, the steps leading up to the skyscraper. Scarecrow could only back away as the ground crumbled and collapsed before him, and he watched in horror as the last island where Gore and Pebble were, where he left them fighting for their lives, fell from the earth and skyrocketed and soared and plummeted towards the ground, and he watched as it was dissolved by the lake of magma far below. And Scarecrow is now, oh man, Scarecrow literally feels like he has lost everything. Every single character, every single friend that Scarecrow has made in this story is no longer with him. Man, this part of the story is woof, man. It's intense. Scarecrow is just like in a he is literally he's literally like entering in to this like bloodlust, this like state of just pure rage as he turns and he looks back towards the first demon, this character, thinking, seeing, right, the first demon is the one who has been shown to have been responsible for the nothingness which has disintegrated animals and upon animals alike. It is what preceded and what showed Crow's death. The first demon was showed to destroy the pixie race back in its early stage, how at whatever point long ago that had been. The first demon has been talked about in fear and has been attached to using the nothingness, which basically disintegrates all life. And then in this last section of the book, the first demon has essentially been taunting them, leading them through these island like aura traps. And now, like, now that the Scarecrow has literally seen that the first demon was responsible for killing Gore and Pebble, this for the Scarecrow feels like there's literally nothing left to live for except to kill the demon. And not only that, like another plot line that I really have to highlight in the second draft is the first demon I'm going to show was responsible for annihilating the remaining humans at the end of the age and the era of humanity. That's another line that I know that I need to elevate. Oof, man, I mean, like this is just so intense. Oof, man. I I just saw Bethany that you were talking about pirates. We got pirates and dragons over here. I'm like, Pirates, Dragons, and Power Rangers. I'm like, all right, maybe those are some of the stories that we're about to tell. Yeah, Mary, the ancient place of power would actually be super cool for your story. For your story, by the way, it actually kind of reminds me of like a Final Fantasy a little bit. Mary, I don't know if you're a gamer, if you're familiar with the Final Fantasy universe, but for some reason that power kind of reminds me of the Final Fantasy. Some of the storylines because they revolve around a crystal type dynamic. Let's see now. Looking forward to beta reading. I know it's the climax. There are a lot of actions, movements, thoughts, words. It's hard to tell the total length, and if a stakes plot setting break might give space. Yeah, that's a very great point, and that's a very great call out. No, there are definitely there's a lot that goes on with this story. I'm I think personally, what I'm actually going to end up doing is I'm going to be skipping the alpha and beta reading phase. I'm not actually going to be giving it out to alpha beta readers um, because I've taken such a unique approach with this live stream strategy. Um, I'm going to be getting feedback in a different way from readers. I'm still going to be going towards an editor because I do absolutely think that needs to be edited. But I think for this story specifically, I'm not as concerned for needing an alpha and beta reader for this story specifically. I feel very confident in the overall story. I don't think that's the case for every story. I think a lot of stories do need alpha and or beta readers, but for this specific story, because it's been a live experience, I don't think I'm going to opt out of alpha beta readers and go straight to hiring an editor once I've taken this through a few revisions. Absolutely. I might have a couple close friends read it, but I haven't decided that yet. I'm then going to be taking I'm probably going to take a different marketing strategy once it's gone through its editing process, but more to come. More to come. I will definitely absolutely be looking for some feedback in the weeks to come as I finish and finally finish Last Scarecrow. Okay, so 30 minutes back into it. All right, let's do it. I'm got another 30 minutes on the clock. We are making some absolutely 100% incredible progress. So, oh, by the way, now is a good time to advertise. If you're looking for writing services, I am running my discount through the end of tomorrow, 30 to 50% off all writing services. This just goes to show book coaching value. If you're looking for a book coach, a writing coach. A writing coach can help support you through ideation, brainstorming, and development and editing and all the things. Normally, it's $60 to $80 per hour. Right now, with this discount, it's $30 per hour. You purchase the number of hours that you need. You can then use those hours towards editing services. You can use it towards a same day story feedback. You can improve the overall speed of your story development with a writing coach. And then in addition to that, it also helps you with skill building. So then imagine if as you go through your story, you can fast track how you're growing as a writer. So by the time you finish that first book, the skills that you'll have learned will have doubled and tripled. If you've learned anything from my free content, from all the things that I do through live streaming, book coaching essentially takes the skill building and takes it into a deep dive. So you learn more of the mechanics behind some of the things that come really naturally to me. So definitely reach out to me, Kauffman at the-creative-ghost.com if you want to know more. Woo! I was like, I should throw in my email. Kauffman at the-creative-ghost.com if you want to know more and definitely take advantage of this discount as it lasts until tomorrow. All right, beautiful. How to throw in my writing service ad. And now let's go back into the final. Maybe not final. I might do more. I'm feeling really good right now. So we're going to go to the next writing sprint. So 30 minutes on the clock. All right, and I think I am already here. Bethany, my ruby slippers want to meet your scarecrow. I absolutely love that. And there's actually a very real reason. Throughout this story, I've actually made a lot of references to the Wizard of Oz, very, very intentionally. There are actually a good number of Wizard of Oz references. But I don't, well, I think Wizard of Oz feels like a distant shadow, and there's definitely an inspiration from the Wizard of Oz. This is definitely a much darker, more mature, more uh what's the right word? More current and modernized a story than where the Wizard of Oz at. I don't remember my comment. It just sounded bad. You know, when you write something, you're like, I don't know how that sounds. Okay. So 30 minutes on the clock, and let's what music? Let's go. Is that kind of feeling what I actually want? Okay, we're gonna get a little EDM vibe for a second. I'll change this up so I won't do this the whole time. But I need this this is like the epic vibe we're going for right now. All right, 30 minutes on the clock, and it's time to write now. too much a fan of that. I'm gonna change the music. I'm gonna go back to fantasy vibe.
hero song. Destiny to see, stand and rise. Face the dark, light the skies. Leave your mark, eyes on the prize. Heart beats hard, dreams to realize. Play every card, the wind whispers brave. The stars guide the way, no soul left to save. Time to make
All right. Wow. 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 All right. That was an incredible writing sprint. Oh my goodness. Talk about making some incredible progress today. Wow. I got quite a lot. I feel like I made a good deal of ground. I haven't, I haven't reached to any reveal points yet. I feel like I've done a good job of setting up the stakes of this fight. And it's having this like back and forth with the scarecrow and the demon, and really like the the demon is essentially just continuing to taunt the scarecrow and send these random things at him, as the scarecrow has been chasing after him now in a rage and a bloodlust. Like clear, like something's happened with his friends. Like the demon has literally killed all of his friends. The last scarecrow is literally by himself as he's trying to flail and fight needlessly against the first demon. And in all this time so far, the scarecrow hasn't even tried to understand what's going on. The demon so far is just like chaotically just fighting against the scarecrow. And there's been some hints. There have definitely been a couple of hints as this fight is continuing on. Man, this is an epic. Man, this is epic. I am loving what I'm writing. Woof, man. Well, I hope you're getting some good writing in as well. Hitting the 2-hour mark, I have to call it a stream. But I'm going to be getting a couple writing sprints tomorrow. I will, at the rate I'm going, I'll probably be finishing Last Scarecrow possibly next week. So I'm going to have a greater focus on writing sprints because, woof, man. So make sure you come tune in tomorrow. I will be up tomorrow for another writing stream. I'll post my schedule tonight or tomorrow morning. So yeah, got another big reveal. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I'm also going to be doing a special co-stream on another YouTuber's channel tomorrow on over at Write with Holly Davis's channel. So Write with Holly. Right, with Holly Davis. So I'm going to be doing a special collaboration stream with her. It's going to be super cool. We're just going to be doing some writing sprints together. I'll throw up the ad once it's advertised tomorrow, but it'll be super cool. You want to come join in with another writing community? I'll be on there. Yeah, man, we've made some great progress today. I feel so epic. I am like in the zone. Oof, but I have to continue on to some other work. So it's time to wrap this up. But thank you for joining me today. I hope you're able to get some writing in on your own. And if you're looking for something to watch next and you haven't already, check out the epic 6-hour write-a-thon. The link is down in the YouTube description below. It was an amazing 6-hour stream where I invited a bunch of my writing friends from the community, and we did writing games, writing sprints. We created a world together with a goblin, a goblin, an orc, and a wizard. We created a real-time story on the stream of the vampire wizard mermaid Gandalfina. That was an incredible story. And we had so many epic discussions about writing an AI, about how to create character arcs, about overcoming writer's block, and a lot of other topics. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. And make sure, if you enjoyed the stream, tap that like button. Let me know that you got value out of it and that you enjoyed our chat today. Or, and especially if you got some value out of Last Scarecrow. I wrote some absolutely incredibly epic parts today, and more to come next week, my friends. But that is all that I got for you today. Don't forget, words are wind, but stories are forever. I'm Kauffman, and I'll catch you on the morrow. Stay creative, writers.